Hi, I'm Gramps. This is Rubee.
Hi.
Rubee is here to be technically the second, but the first guest on our inaugural interview show.
Oh.
Talking compliance.
That's not what you got.
Yeah, no, we're going with Talking Compliance for now. Hi, welcome to Talking Compliance, where I talk compliance with a guest from the Magic the Gathering community. They don't specifically have to be making Commander. They don't specifically have to be making Magic content, but we have the best guest that we can think of for our first episode. I wouldn't have anyone else. Welcome, Rubee.
That was way too nice. What's going on here?
I couldn't find anyone else, so.
You're the only one who said yes. I really appreciate it. I'm being extra nice.
I messaged about 10 people today, and I didn't even message you. Chili did, because he's the only one that can book guests, apparently.
Yeah, I was just in the neighborhood.
We saw Rubee at Coles, and we're like, hey, you want to come do some magic?
I was in the library borrowing some books, borrowing Twilight.
Yeah, we were looking specifically for that one scene where he wants to fuck her daughter. Rubee, welcome. Rubee is from, Cozy Magic Club as well. RubeePlays. I believe you had quite a long streaming and content career prior to Magic the Gathering.
Like 9 years or something like
Yeah,
that.
and then I met you first just playing Magic with you, not even content stuff.
In a basement bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was this, wild thing where we started our show a similar time that you started your show. And we've just been really lucky to be able to, watch you guys build your just monumental kind of content of like playing Magic, building up the community, having this amazingly wonderful, cozy, like in the name, but this comfortable space to be yourself in Magic. And I think that you've done a really wonderful kind of job really promoting that environment no matter what. It's outstanding to watch.
Yeah,
so.
no, thank you. And it's great to be able to be entering at the same time as well, because the coziness comes from the community and like the creator community as well. And so being able to hang out with you guys and play Magic with you guys and have the crossovers and just everything. When I remember as well that you were one of the first people who ever set aside the time to teach me as well. It's crazy. It's beautiful.
I actually remember that day. There was a day, it was basically in your dining room, there was like 8 people all playing Magic. Oh my gosh, that was down the track. Yeah, oh, really?
The bar night was you lent me one of your decks, and I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, I like to give out my really super powered like turbo decks to people that have never played Magic before, and it's like this is going to be really chaotically fun for me to watch you play and teach you how to play
pop.
with it.
The deck
It did not go
pop.
off. Oh yeah, no, that was Esper. It was my Esper Stacks deck.
Chili, why?
Because I wanted to play against it, and I knew it wouldn't be a 4-hour game if someone who wasn't me piloted it. It's Aurora, the Ageless Aesthetic, which is like you gain 2 life every time you have an upkeep, and it's just control.
You know what? Next time that you're on the show, I'm gonna build that deck. I'm gonna have yes.
Cass is gonna be so mad.
Cass is gonna cry.
Because Cass is gonna be like, why do I have a 6-hour edit? So we can't have Cassa there for that one. It's gonna be other people in the background, crew setting it up and doing it. It's like, oh, Cassa, you can have this night off.
Yeah.
So he comes in, you've given him the footage of this 6-hour
Here you
edit.
go, enjoy.
Anyway, have fun. No, that'd be great. So Rubee, that basement, was that your first ever time playing Magic? This would be at what used to be GGEZ.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It wasn't my first. It was my first in a social setting. So my first experience with Magic, I was living in Adelaide, and it actually was Double Jump. So it was a PR company who invited streamers to like a WeWork. It wasn't a WeWork, but like
one of those offices you rent.
Just an office.
Yeah.
It was the beta for Arena.
Okay.
And so they had Arena on 2 computers. You couldn't verse other people yet or anything like that. They had Arena on 2 computers, and then they had welcome decks.
Okay.
And then they bought us pizza. It was
Hey.
like at a WeWork.
Yeah, I love that. That's like the most like on the ground fucking.
Yeah.
That sounds like when Magic was invented. You listen to like Mark Rosewater talk about the things with Richard Garfield, where like they're at his parents' house getting pizzas and just there's 5 decks. You sit down with this other person and you just play it.
And I had a friend who was like really into Magic or had been really into Magic, had like an extensive collection, and he wanted to come along as well. And they gave us a bunch of, like, I got like a Nicol Bolas Arch Enemy thing.
Whoa.
I've never opened it.
That is, as someone who's been playing Magic now since 2008, that's fucking cool, man. Like, that is
But we
rad.
should play, like, is it like a board game?
That's
like,
Arch Enemy. It's pretty simple.
The original Arch Enemy.
Yeah.
Right. Which I should know because I played now.
Well, you haven't played the original Arch Enemy. You played the new form of Arch Enemy.
Yeah.
Because like Arch Enemy was never meant to be for Commander. Commander kind of breaks Arch Enemy really because it was meant to be 60 card 4 format decks where it's 3 against 1 or 2 against 1 and it balances out. So when you add Commander to that, it really makes it massive.
Yeah, well,
wow.
I've got that. We've played the most recent one. I would love to go back and see the difference. But yeah, so basically we were invited. We learnt with the welcome decks as well. I remember beating people down with Shivan Dragon, which is still in welcome decks to this day.
School.
Yeah. I still have it. I still have that deck and I still have that card.
Very
it's
nice.
Like very special.
Yeah.
And it's red. It's mono red.
Yeah, and that's like, now that's what I attribute to you, just mainly because it's your personality. You love all the goblins. They're all just baddies.
An absurd amount.
I've seen a presentation that will be seen eventually.
For legal reasons, you didn't.
Far out. Yeah, which vampire is... Nope, scratch that. Which goblin is the most fuckable?
They're next, honestly. Yucky vampires, goblins, romance icons.
Get those vampires out of here.
Twilight, see nothing.
So, okay, you went to a WeWork in Adelaide to play. You got pizzas for free. And was that like instant hooked, man, this is the coolest thing, or was there a gap?
It was... It was the coolest thing for me. I had a bit of a gap where I moved to Melbourne as well. There was like a lot of life things that happened. And then when I moved to Melbourne, they were like, oh, you're here now. Do you want to come to events?
No.
And then I was doing Magic streams for them as well, for Wizards. And like I kind of knew how to play, but I feel like I didn't. It's like a bit of a fever dream where I wasn't super into it until I had people to play with. So the thing that really attracted me into Magic was sitting down and playing with other people.
Yeah.
I did like to play Magic, but it didn't hook me until going to GG Easy, going to a bar where everyone would play on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And it was just super low key. It was a great place to go. It's this easy socialization where even if you've had a really long day, you sit down and you can talk about the game. You can talk about the cards. You don't have to, like, everything else can just go away.
And I guess the thing with that as well is like we were going to a bar that was shut. So it was a curated group of people that was going there. And
know a guy.
Kind of,
Yeah.
but it was one of those things where it was a nice experience where I was playing with strangers to me who eventually stopped being strangers. And I was able to, learn about other people's decks and go through it slowly. It wasn't that LGS experience where you're like, oh, I don't want to fuck this up because I don't want to ruin everyone else's game, but also I don't want to go so slow because this place closes eventually.
Yeah.
It's time pressure and fear of the social anxiety and the fear of mistakes is really tough. So when it's that bar environment or I introduced Chili and our mate Alex together into Magic at Chili's kitchen table, and we just sat down. We played Commander. Alex stomped us as he always does with a pre-con, and we just built up these decks that were already there, and we went through it slowly. And just made sure each interaction worked. And the thing is as well is we made mistakes even then.
Yeah, of course.
But it was really comfortable to make those mistakes. It wasn't about, sometimes like the amount of games that you play Magic and you're making mistakes and it's like, oh well, it happens.
Yeah.
Versus, you fucked up. Be better. It's like you rarely have the you fucked up ones.
Oh, absolutely. And like that comfortable environment obviously really shaped like the future comfortable environments, having people over at my place, or like bringing other people into it as well. So I'd say the real turning point, because I was getting into it, and like the thematically as well, like New Capenna, like I dressed up for that and everything like that. But then classic Lord of the Rings, right? They had a celebrations event. So not only was it Lord of the Rings, it was Jumpstart, which is like so easily
Easiest
accessible.
way to get back in.
And I dragged a lot of people with me to the game store. And then after, everyone had so much fun in the event. Like they had never received promos from a store before, because they had never they'd never been to a store before either. And so that was really exciting too. And then we all left and played more.
Yeah.
So
store shuts, you find somewhere else to go and you play it.
Yeah, and just against each other, Jumpstart, easy, quick games, and from then on, we were just all in it. We were all hooked.
Did you ever play any Magic through COVID?
I think I did a little bit, but you're making me realize right now that, again, it was really the social aspect of it for me. So I didn't play a lot during COVID.
So when the bubbles happened, all of my friends were kind of in different suburbs, but there was a KFC that was in our overlapping space. So we would go to this KFC for our allotted time, play some Magic, go home.
I wish I had that.
We would do that all the time. That was like what got me back into Magic. Or a similar time as getting these guys into Magic was being able to, that was the social thing that I did through COVID, because like a lot of people lost their jobs. I'm a nurse. I doubled down. I was doing 2 jobs through COVID. And to have that time where I could just sit down, play Magic with my friends at the kitchen table, you have to have the social aspect.
Yep.
So that sounds like your time between playing Magic and playing Commander was pretty short then.
Oh yeah. Well, so if I didn't really, I'm thinking of the timeline right now, because New Capenna was 22.
Yes.
So after the COVID lockdowns, and then played a bit of Commander through that. I had the cat citizen deck.
Yeah, the green white one.
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, I can't remember. All I remember is that when we found Plenty of Games, everything changed.
Yeah. Okay.
So I found Plenty of Games because I went to my first ever pre-release there for Lord of the Rings.
Okay, yeah.
So I did go to a pre-release and just got my cards and was too shy. I was way too shy to play in an event. And they were so kind to me too. They were like, do you need anything? Like, do you want to? Yeah. No, they were super nice, and I never forgot it. They were just welcoming off the bat. And then from there, found out that there was Commander Monday. And the Wizards events that happen as well. They give you the precons. Super good for getting your first precon at a decent rate.
Oh, very good rate.
And then playing against everyone else who has the same set as you. So from there, it was just kind of like, it was Commander City.
I went to my first ever pre-release because of you, actually, because we would go to pre-releases, pick up the boxes, go back to someone's house and play it just with ourselves.
I like that too.
Wasn't really big on I wasn't ever really big on LGS play because I wasn't really big on the social interaction. Got a social job. I'm good with my curated list of people I play with.
That's what I mean by social though. When I mean social, I mean like, it's your people.
Yeah.
It's your people there.
But then like there was a POG pre-release for something, and you guys were going, all of our like the mates that we have outside were going. It's like, okay, I'm gonna come. It'll be a good time, and if I have a bad time, I just won't do it again.
Yeah.
It was a great time. Like
which one was it?
That was at Plenty of Games, and that was the one before Duskmorn. I think it was OTJ or.
Oh, Outlaws.
Outlaws.
And Nigel and I dressed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nigel in his poncho.
Yeah, and that was the thing. It was a lot of fun, and I've now gone to more pre-releases. I even came first in a Duskmorn one, but like, and leading from that into some of the more stuff, like the people that went there were the reason why I went, and then I had a lot of fun, so I've done it again, and that goes into. You've curated events now specifically for the much more minority community of Magic, which is women and non-binary people, or at least the ones that are, I mean, show with 2 white male presenting people. So we represent the majority of vocal Magic players. Whereas you've basically built this brilliant space in Australia and in Victoria to have everyone else have a safe space to play Magic. Was that something you always wanted to do? Or was that just, you know, like you saw the opportunity, well, like, I'm going to do this?
Honestly, it just started as I'd like to do a girly thing. And it was, or a lot of people, a lot of the, you know, my girly friends, non-binary friends were like, I don't know, it's like, it's very intimidating. Like, I don't know if I can, it just seems like a lot of knowledge. And I feel like as a start, I take a very silly approach full stop. So I try to, from the get-go, before even planning the event, if I can learn this, if this idiot can learn, anyone can learn if they want. And I'm always happy to, I'm not like the best teacher or anything, but I'm always happy to give my time. And I was just like, Plenty of Games was already a super welcoming place as well. It was definitely one of the most diverse game stores I'd ever been to. And so I felt it was like the start as well. I felt safe bringing people into that space, bringing, you know, the gals and the days to the store. Because if I had gone to another game store, for one, and it's the usual kind of
the pro Magic crowd who like all think they're going into the RCQs and stuff.
Not a super welcoming vibe, we'll just say that. I never would have felt comfortable enough to bring people into it. Having people at my place or having a big enough place, but it was basically just, there's not enough girlies. Girlies would love it. That was it. That's how it started.
I think the last event that you did had just a massive turnout as well.
Yeah, like 40 people.
Yeah.
So, and it's like return people who over time have gotten a lot better at drafting. Some new people who have come in. So we do draft because it's the cheapest.
It's accessible. It's cheap.
I would really like
hard,
to do.
Though.
It is hard.
Yes.
I would like to do sealed, but it's hard because it's double.
Yeah.
It's double the price. It's double the amount of cards.
Yeah, I think sealed's more easier though because you're not trying to pick cards from other people, but it is that price.
Or like having to learn that on the spot. It's just you look at your pool and that's it. So for the next thing, or at Cozy Magic Fest, we did Jumpstart. That was beautiful.
Brilliant.
Yeah, there were drop-in, drop-out tables. You could use the tables as you wish.
Yeah.
But if you were a lady or a lady and you came to see me, you got Jumpstart packs.
Yeah.
And you could go and play with anybody on those tables.
Yeah.
Play and like it gives you a chance to like meet a lot more people and it's a super even playing field.
One of my mates was teaching his girlfriend to play Magic using Jumpstart that Alex had just, you know, explaining things as it was happening and going through it. Like a Jumpstart, because every single card, no matter what level it is, has the Oracle text or like the explainer text on how things work and how mechanics work. Best way to introduce your friends. We live here. Thank you.
We live here. Well, sorry, I just realized I'm snapping my pen and that's probably gonna.
That's all right.
I'm a fidgeter. I'll stop snapping it.
Ruby was looking for something before we started recording. Be like, I've got to have it in my hand.
Yeah, I'll bring the squishy next time.
So, you mostly play Commander now?
Yes.
You say, any other formats you play?
Aside from Jumpstart?
Yeah.
I've dabbled in Standard, and then like my plan is to build decks from all the preview cards that they've given me. So they gave me Rubee, the Daring Tracker, as and so I started to build a Standard deck around her.
Okay.
So Gruul, of course.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Everyone loves Gruul.
With a splash of black, when in doubt, jund it out.
Gross. I'm gonna jund.
Sometimes you just need to murder a thing.
Sometimes you just gotta jund.
I'm gonna jund. Fucking hell. Jund.
I'll keep jund. That's a t-shirt. That's a casual compliance t-shirt. I'm gonna buy a cricket or cricket, whatever they're called, and make some, you know, the things that cricket, I don't know. And you do the vinyl, you can make t-shirts.
Oh, right.
And stuff like that.
Ruby's gonna start making our t-shirts for us.
Yeah, I'll make your merch. Well, I don't know how to, what would I 3D?
I don't know how to print.
I don't.
Ruby doesn't know how to 3D. I don't know how to print. We're in trouble. So, Commander.
Yes.
What is your favorite Commander deck that you have at the moment?
Ooh, it's the Goblin one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is it mono red?
It's mono red.
Yeah, mono red goblins. Okay.
So Krenko, Mob Boss, they're tapping to you make goblins forever.
And just keep going.
Yeah, you just.
Very nice. And is that one that you bring out? Do you bring that to every commander night you play, or try to play it every
At the
commander night you
moment,
play?
it depends what other people are playing. Obviously, I try and match as well as I can. Usually, I carry a couple, but this one is like the flavor of the month. I try not to play it too much so I don't like get over it.
Yeah.
But when people are like, I'm playing something a little bit higher power, I'll play Krenko.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's up there with the higher power ones.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, I had an altar in there. I can't remember.
The one that mills, the one that gives you mana. So there's Altar of there's Altar of Dementia, which sacrifices creature mill equal to its power.
Not like Phyrexian. It's not Phyrexian.
Phyrexian Altar, you sacrifice it, you make 1 mana of any color.
Yes.
Yep.
Phyrexian Altar.
Phyrexian Altar.
Good choice.
Yeah. And
I'm fucking good.
and a staff.
A staff of domination.
No.
Staff of completion. There's only 2 staffs.
Bright. Really? Bright something? No, I don't know.
There's a lot of staffs, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
Also, you're in an interview with someone who knows a lot about Magic, and someone who's like, the staff card, the card with the staff on it.
17 of them.
Yeah.
That's not a lot. There's like
That's a
40,000 Magic cards. It's fucking 17, bro.
More than 2.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway.
Anyway.
So you're playing the goblins.
Yeah.
You've got that red deck as well. When you build, so how many decks have you built?
Honestly, not that many. 5 or
That's quite a lot.
Say 5. I'm not saying they're any good.
Look, my brother's got more decks that he's built than he's played Commander at the moment. So like that's his more fun side of it. But it sounds like you.
He's building off the bat.
Yep, he's just having fun, and he's using my collection for it as well, so he doesn't have to buy any of the cards. So.
That must be nice.
Yeah, you can use my collection whenever you want. What is your philosophy when you're building a deck? What happens when you build?
So with Krenko, it was more I had always wanted to. So it was like a previous want before I started to really get into it. I want to make decks that are fun to lose to.
Okay.
Because I do like to win. I don't just play to win, but it's like the food poisoning deck that I always talk about and haven't made yet, but have started on. I want no one likes losing to poison, right?
No.
But I would love to make a poison deck that is fun, and you're like, you know what?
I deserve that.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Okay.
That's chill.
If you can make
You're a fun guy.
if you can make Infect fun, I'm here for it. Because I want to play Infect, and the only reason I don't do it is I've got the deck list ready, and I have all of the cards. I don't put it together and I don't play it because I don't want people to not play with me anymore.
Yeah. Well, okay. I never build a deck that stops other people from playing.
Yep.
I don't really play Control.
Yep.
Or like, I don't really like solitaire decks either. Sometimes it just kind of happens, especially with Krenko. Like it just becomes, I make goblins and I do this and I do that. But I try not to do that either. A deck that is fun and interesting and, or even just with a meme. So like, I want to make a no hat, no play deck.
Yeah.
Just everyone wearing hats. Who knows if it's going to work? But everyone has to wear a hat or get the fuck out of my deck. No play. Literally no play.
So have you heard of ladies looking left?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I know people who have made feet. Well, like I don't know them. I'm not friends with them, but people who have made.
Did you make the feet deck, Rubee?
So I sadly need to leave.
Oh, hey, I'm here to make a Twilight deck. It's only imprint.
It's only werewolves and children. I'm sorry. Please.
Do you want that cut?
Nope, that's staying.
Look, if it's in context, I didn't write it. I didn't make it up. I didn't
Stephanie
write the
Meyer,
weird
is that
shit.
her name? That was weird, man.
That was weird, girl.
Anyway, girlie, you did good. You made your money. Please see a doctor.
Also, we brought it back to Twilight again.
Hey, Innistrad Remastered comes out
Yes,
very
it
soon.
does.
It'll be out by the time this video comes out, or this video comes out the weekend the pre-release is. Who knows? But it's going to be very fun. What would you say being a newer Magic player compared to myself, definitely, but most people are newer Magic players compared to me? It wasn't 1994, it was 2008, but that was a long time ago. What was the hardest thing getting into Magic nowadays?
The hardest thing getting into Magic nowadays, I think I got really lucky with finding a good place. I think the hardest thing, or why I didn't get into it further earlier, is because there was no space that made me feel comfortable enough for it. So hardest thing.
Sounds like accessibility.
Yeah,
really.
accessibility for sure. And it can be accessible, but you need the spaces and you need the people willing to facilitate those spaces as well. Again, which is what we really try and do. But other people in power, so even just LGSs, they need to be doing that as well. They need to be making sure that people are feeling safe.
Yeah.
And I think the hardest thing for me is I probably would have got into it earlier if those spaces are more readily available or known to me as well. So yeah, honestly, accessibility. And like there are a lot of brilliant people, but a lot of people don't have groups of friends who all influence each other to go into the store and things like that. So yeah, I don't know.
No, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, it was never about the space for me because I could play Magic on the grass, unsleeved, and be happy as long as I've got the right people around. But that space you talk about isn't always just physical location. The space is the space created by the people you have with you.
Yes.
And once you came here, it sounds like compared to Adelaide,
Yeah.
there's a lot more people around you, a lot more people that play Magic,
Yep.
and a lot of people that you're comfortable. Even if the space, like the shop, could be
Yeah.
a bit intimidating, that you're going with them, or is it still, if
No, it's a lot better over here for sure. But I think as well, if I hadn't had the chance to build up that confidence before, playing against people I don't know and things like that, yeah, the attitude, there can be an attitude towards newer players, and especially to women and non-binary players, marginalized genders, that is not very welcoming.
Yeah.
So, and as a woman as well, we all know, I fully know what it's like to go to a space and be like, nobody wants me here. So why would I come back?
Yeah.
You don't always have to, you're not always going to get the rush of, I'm going to push through and sure, eventually, but the beginning is really hard. It's just I'm just not going to be here.
Yeah, it's hard when either everyone's staring at you or everyone's avoiding looking at you entirely.
Or some people will take advantage of misplays or be like, rules for thee but not for me.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and you just kind of, especially if you're new or used to kind of letting people do things so that it doesn't cause an issue, or maybe they're right. You're like, oh, maybe. People take advantage.
I'm not going to look up the rules now because we're in the middle of a game and you're very adamant you're right. And
Yeah.
you're yelling at me for about 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
that's just going to happen.
Look, if you're going to be upset that
Yeah.
you can't do that, fine, just do it.
You can do that.
I don't.
Game will be finished eventually.
Yeah.
And then I'll find another table to sit
Yeah.
at, or I will leave.
Honestly, that has been a real rough part about it, but the community and our friend and playgroup community has been the balance for that.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, that part is there.
And you can interact with it once and then not have to deal with it again because you know that interaction. We can never stop that environment from existing, but we can finagle it out of the environment as it goes, because all of Magic's content creation, bar the recent bans, has been leading a lot more towards that. This is a comfortable community and a safe space vibe, and if you're not here for the safety, get the fuck out. And we're adamant on that very much, Chili and I, where if you don't provide an environment that is safe, you don't talk about what your deck does, you steal information, you create an unfun space, not with your deck, but with the way you go about your thing, you're not welcome at our table.
Yeah.
And you're not welcome in our area. Go away. And it's getting a lot less, which is a lot nicer.
Yeah.
And with that, last time I went to POG for something, the balance was amazing in terms of everyone was there. It wasn't just a room full of white dudes playing Magic, and everyone was talking to each other. Again, my biggest fear getting someone else into Magic again. It's been a while since I've gone someone to Magic, but My brother went to the LGS, was there an hour before me. And I'm like, oh shit, he's there, he's waiting for me. I rock up, he's talking to 3 people. I'm like, I couldn't even get to talk to him. Like he'd made friends already. I'm like, well, sick, I'm done, see ya. And that was really nice. I'm like, it keeps giving me that confidence that like, yeah, nah, that social one out there is safe.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself with Magic in the next few years? What's on where would you like to be?
A more confident player. Spreading the word of Magic the Gathering.
Spruiking.
Yeah, spruiking for sure. Playing a lot more, but first and foremost, the main thing I'm really loving are events, whether they're regular Cozy Magic ones that are like for charity, like being able to do this, but for a really important cause. Yeah. Incredible. And then ladies and ladies, of course, without a doubt, ladies and ladies will go on forever. Like, if I'm only saying it, like, I'll have to die.
And here's the thing as well, is ladies and ladies is a safe space for non-binary, for women, for the marginalised communities to play more Magic.
Yep.
Doesn't need to be organised by Rubee. If you want to run an event for your friends and, or for those kind of communities, do it.
Yep.
Keep them, but make sure they're safe. Keep them safe.
Keep them safe.
That's the important part. Is the more people that have access to safe spaces, the more people we have in this rad game.
Yeah.
But those spaces are us. Yep. They're you. It was Rubee being like, I want to play this and I want to be girly.
I want to listen to Chapel Roan and eat snacks on the tables.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
If you want to serve and play Magic,
yeah,
you can serve and play Magic.
Chili just died inside. Serve it, don't say it.
Say it and serve it. But keep it safe.
Yeah.
Don't exclude everyone, for sure. It's not exclusionary, it's safe spaces. That's the whole point. You can't exclude a white man because we've got every other space in the world. It's about having spaces for the people that need the space. I
think it's the language around it. Yeah. It's not exclusive, it's inclusive.
Exactly.
So it's bringing more people into the fold, making them feel comfortable. They will, they will integrate themselves as they see fit. They will come into the LGS. Maybe they'll come in a little bit more. Maybe they'll feel comfortable to do an event. Yeah. And then it becomes more diverse in the store, full stop, or in the scene, in the community. So I think it's really important that people know that ladies and ladies or any other group and play group that encourage marginalized genders to come along and play and learn, it is not you being excluded. Yeah. It is a place where people can come and feel safe and just comfortable to learn. It's not an exclusion thing, and maybe you'll have some more cool people to play with. Absolutely. I've got a bunch now, and it's wonderful. Okay, Brad. And what about we can't have you here and not talk about Cozy, but it's been wonderful to talk to you about you rather than have the the umbrella over. But Cozy is very integral in your now presence in Magic. Yeah. What is going forward for the future of Cozy? Where do you see that being? Oh gosh, Commander content for sure. Yeah. At least once a month is planned for that. Hopefully a little bit more this year. Nigel and I doing the podcast, which is always a lot of fun. Charity events, absolutely. Yeah. But we also want to get more into themed set events that are open but a little exclusive, but not open as much as they can, but you still need to buy a ticket. Yeah, for the community. For the community. Basically festivals. Yeah. CMF, but yeah. Or just little, almost launch events. Yeah. And themed, because for Innistrad, we really wanted to do a Twilight draft. Put the sparkles on me, baby. Yeah, we really wanted to do a Twilight draft, but unfortunately it just didn't work out that way. Editor, can you please sparkle us for the rest of the episode, please? Editor, can you please sparkle us for the rest of the episode? Yeah. The editor is sparkling. And then plenty of ladies and ladies events. I'm going to be bringing on some more people as well, so that not that everyone always helps each other out anyway, but some in a slightly more official capacity. And then maybe once a month for that as well. First one will be Eighth Adrift, which will be
Very
a
exciting.
Palentine's event.
Ooh, very
Yeah.
exciting. Okay, last 2 questions I have for you. I'm going to ask everyone these 3 questions. What's your favourite card?
Ooh, favorite card. Oh dear, I forgot every card I've ever known. Something red. Oh, you know what? I like Rubee Medallion.
Yeah.
Is that too simple?
That's wonderful. I like that a
I
lot.
bought it in German, so it's Rubin Medallion, because I bought it while I was in Germany. I went to Berlin before I went to Amsterdam for MagicCon, and I bought a Rubin Medallion.
Look how excited you were. Like, I bought it in German.
I bought it in German. Actually, I really like the Wizard of Barge Goblins as well.
The
They're
Wob
up there
Goblins are
for sure.
So good. And then I guess when you got into Magic, and when you were going to be playing Magic more like you are now, what is something you wish someone told you before you started playing or as you were getting in early into it?
I wish people told me that building is not so intimidating. Just like give it a go. Maybe start with a budget deck, start on Moxfield, start on EDH Rec or whatever like that, because it took me a really long time to get into it. I was just pre-con city, which is fine. That's totally fine too.
Totally
and
fine.
pre-con, like the
And
recent
cracked now.
yeah, recent pre-cons are insane. But I really would have liked if I had gotten into it a little bit more, because it also really helps me now to learn the game, to really pay more attention to the cards, and to find my own flavor in Magic the Gathering.
Very good, very good. I think that my building philosophy at the moment is, what do I have?
Yeah. Well, what's your collection look like right now?
That's 30,000 cards. 42
Where do you
now.
put them? Where do you
42,000
put
cards.
Where do you put them?
White boxes.
Also, how did you go from 30 to 42? Like, what do you mean?
It was 30,000 in 2022. I have that PowerPoint presentation. But yeah, now it's
I really wanna see that.
42,000 cards that I have. Rubee, thank you so much for being our inaugural guest for compliance talk with
Oh,
Gramps
it's changed again.
and Chili
It's changed
Bin.
again.
Yep, make 2 logos. Where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me at RubeePlays on all social medias, 2 E's, and Cozy Magic Club for sure. Please, please. And you can find me right here on this episode and another one.
Yeah, the one that was just before this. Go back and watch that. We had a lot of fun and I win.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm Gramps. This is Casual Compliance. Chili Bin's over there. Say hi loudly, Chili Bin.
Hi loudly, Chili Bin.
There it is. You can find us on Casual Compliance on TikTok, Blue Sky, YouTube, Patreon, not Twitter, fuck Elon Musk. And casualcompliance@gmail.com. Send us an email, tell us what you think. If you don't like it, please let us know. We will try to improve. If you don't like it because it's supportive, woke and open, good. Stew.
I love Stu.